Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife review for you. Today we have the Knives Stixx. This is S-T-I-X-X. It's all new style spelling like the kids do. This is a collaboration with Mikkel Williamson, and it's a knife that, from the pictures, I was very excited to see in person. It was one that I almost kind of just bought, but then I'm in a pass-around group that we often get a lot of the new higher-end Wii stuff pretty quick, so I thought I'll wait till I get my hands on it, and yeah, kind of glad I did. We'll get to that more as we go on here. Overall, it's a $298 knife. It's about the same as most of the higher-end Wiis are. At the time that I'm going to be uploading this, it's probably, I think right now they're on sale for $253, but a lot of Wiis are right now. That's just a general holiday sale they have. These videos live forever. If you're watching this later on, they're probably not going to be that, but they're probably going to be the normal $298. You're going to M390 steel, titanium frame, lots of carbon, superb build quality, very fair price. Even the $298, it's fine. Yeah, they come in different colors. They come in this bronze. They come in a regular stone-washed titanium, and what was it? In a blue. I actually really like the bronze. If I were to buy one, that was the one that I probably would have gotten. You have a bronze pivot, bronze hardware, bronze backspacer. Nice, small, but big enough. Milled titanium pivot. Yeah, that's not a pivot. That's a clip. That's kind of almost the opposite of a pivot. And the whole frame is this nice bronze stonewash. It is a gorgeous thing to look at for sure. The carbon fiber is beautiful. No voids, anything like that. It is a very pretty knife to look at, absolutely, for sure. Let's do some stats before we go too much farther. Overall length of dead on 8 inches. Blade length of 3.45 inches. You have a blade thickness, pretty thick, 0.16 inches. And a handle thickness, also very thick. Thickest point is way back here, though, which is 0.7 inches. And a weight of 4.66 ounces. So, in a lot of ways, pretty thick, pretty heavy. This is a much beefier knife in hand than I expected it to be from the pictures. It is a very, very heavily built knife, absolutely, for sure. Again, I said I like the looks. It is kind of also, by the way, I forgot to mention this, it's kind of a bolster lock, which is kind of neat. I guess you'd call that a bolster lock? I don't know. It's a frame locky, bolster locky kind of combo thing, because the scales are cut in here, as you can see. Kind of cool, works well. Now let's do a couple of size comparisons, and then we'll move on and get right down to it. We have, against some of our standards here, Spyderco PM2. You're looking at about the same length as Paramilitary 2, and about the same cutting edge actually. Also, your Ontario Rat Model 1, a little bit shorter than that. And lastly, we will do another titanium frame lock. I just happen to have sitting out here. Zero Tolerance 0393. Again, pretty similar overall length to that. As far as the knife itself, little individual things, the blade is pretty good. As I said, pretty thick blade stock for sure, which isn't always my thing. But it is 17 thousandths behind the edge, and it's a very high flat grind. So it actually cuts better than I expected it to. I'm okay with that. The only thing I don't really like about this blade is it's got a bit of a recurve to it. I'm never really much of a fan of that. Don't really care for that much. But yeah, there's that, and it's got a little sharpening choil to it. So it was definitely a choice. It wasn't like an accidental recurve. They did it on purpose, but not a huge fan of recurves, but a really good, robust tip on it. It should be a good blade for getting stuff done. It definitely will cut very well. It's very sharp out of the box, all those good things. Do we have some paper here? Yeah, we'll do that, because you guys complain when I don't. Yeah, it's very sharp out of the box. All the stuff you'd want from it. It's just, it is a very thick blade stock, so keep that in mind. And it does have just enough recurve that it might be a problem for some of you who don't have sharpening systems that can that can handle that. Ergonomically, that's where this knife starts to baffle me. It feels okay in the hand. Like this jimping up here though is extreme. It's extreme. It's pretty yeah, it's pretty sharp. I don't really care for the jimping much. And then it's got this forward choil up here, but it's a style choice or whatever. They did this flat thing, which looks neat. But yes, you can definitely choke up on it. There's plenty of room to, but your finger can slide forward. It's not protected. So they put this extreme jimping up here. I almost kind of wish they had some down here. I don't know. And when you're using it normal, when you're not choked up, that blade is like the beginning of the cutting edge is like 1.5 inches away from your hand. Don't care for that at all either. It's comfortable enough other than that jimping. I mean, you're just holding it in your hand, definitely. I love the bulge back here with the carbon. That's really nice. The pocket clip doesn't cause a hot spot at all. It's not a complete mess. It's just, it has a couple of flaws. I just don't understand why it is that way. I know it looks very much like Williamson's Customs, so, yeah, not my bag, I have to say, as far as that goes. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just, I don't really understand it. I don't understand the use for it. I don't know if it was for some kind of tactical purpose that I don't get or whatever, but, yeah, the ergonomics on it, I just don't really understand. And carry-wise, it carries fine for a knife that's got that thick of a handle. For a 0.7 inch, it carries as well as you'd expect. But again, even carrying it, there's this jimping that you feel it. You catch your pinky on it and stuff when you're reaching in your pocket, because it's nasty. Deployment, it's a Wii. Rockets out. Excellent detent. Ceramic ball bearings, all that stuff. I almost said ow right there. I guess, again, the jimping. Your finger lands on that really sharp jimping. And I'm not one who normally complains about that. I have other knives that have that. I have a hinderer that has that, and people complain about that on hinderers. I find it to be okay on my hinderer. This I do not. When you flip that, you operate that flipper, if you don't, like, I really try to not hit it at all, but if you operate it normally and just go down it, it hurts. So I try and do it like, you can see, I'm just trying not to hit that jimping all the time every time I open it, because it ain't comfy. So again with the jimping, that could be the name of this this video. It's only got jimping in one spot, but I don't like where they put it, and I don't like the angle that they put it on. So can't say I'm much of a fan of that at all. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave it. That's kind of my conclusion on this. I know this is kind of a short video, but I know my mama taught me, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I don't get this knife. It's beautifully made. It's gorgeous to look at, absolutely. But yeah, it's disappointing. I really wanted to like this because looking at it, I thought, oh, that thing looks sweet. I want to try it, except for even in pictures, I was kind of wondering what was going on with that. But nope, it's a hard pass for me. So sorry, Wii, you've had a really good year, but this one, nope, gonna pass on that. So hope you guys have enjoyed that. I've been Brian. Have a good one.